Part 72. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 711. Chapter 711, Qualifications for the Heavenly Selection Ceremony. What happened? There is actually a magic circle protecting this altar. We just broke through a magic circle, and now there is another magic circle. It will never end. Or he changed the place and created another huge magic circle. I sense that the magic contained in this magic circle is greater than before, and I feel that even the god of magic may not be able to pass through here. Many of the sacred tree masters here felt a little depressed when they saw the magic circle appear. Before that, they had gained a lot of magical attainments in the dungeon and obtained the sacred magical aura. Magical attainments can be said to be able to follow the magic circle. The god of magic compared it. But, when facing this magic circle, the divine tree master present felt that the magic circle contained huge magic power. Even the god of magic may not be able to open this magic circle. They have only become stronger and gained the aura of divine magic, but they still do not have the status of a Dharma god. Facing Dharma god level in the formation, everyone just felt it was hard to breathe. The blonde young lady said the ceremony of the chosen one is extremely sacred. Only those with sufficient qualifications can enter the ceremony. This magic circle will be opened automatically because it is to protect the chosen ceremony from being used by other people affected by. However, it is really strange to say that this ancient magic circle must have been sealed in dust for thousands of years, and no one has been able to unlock the power contained in the magic circle. But you just teleported here, and the magic circle started to operate on its own. This is really a strange thing. Speaking of this, the blonde young lady paused, her eyes fell on Deng Buledin, and he stopped talking. It seemed as if there was something unspeakable. None of the people in the grey world are ordinary people, and their vision is extraordinary. Anyone here can a sacred tree master, he could see at a glance what the blonde young lady meant. His eyes couldn't help but fall on Deng Buledin. In fact, this result is not difficult to infer. From the resentment of the Dharma god in the library, the collective riots and the subsequent opening of the magic circle basically unfolded during the period when Dumbu disappeared. It can be said that everything seemed to be because Dumbu was in the library and did not know how to obtain it. What an opportunity, so it was opened for him. But this may not be a good thing for everyone in the Akatsuki organization, as well as Star Pavilion, Dark Knight Alliance and others. First of all, Deng Buledin's character can be completely guaranteed. He has become stronger. There is a big C in the team, and they will have more confidence to explore the grey world. In the past, everyone in the Akatsuki organization simply did not dare to imagine that they could sweep the entire Dharma god ruins. As long as they could search every corner, it would be enough. The strength of everyone has been greatly improved. But with the existence of Deng Buledin, everything seems to be possible. Even the blonde young lady can't help feeling that Deng Buledin's existence is like an incredible miracle. God's status seems to be dispensable to Deng Buledin now. He opened the door of the magic circle with his own hands, and with just a tap of his wand, he could release such a terrifying torrent of magic power. It is unimaginable that Deng Buledin today, what kind of realm Buledin has reached, is probably beyond everyone's imagination. After all, the strongest combat power they know is just the Dharma god. Xiao Chang'an said, since we want to obtain the qualifications of the chosen one, then if you can get in, how can you obtain this qualification? The blonde young lady pondered for a moment and said, according to ancient records, to participate in the heavenly selection ceremony, you must at least be a divine purifier. If you want to become a holy purifier, you must use the magic power of the holy breath absorbed in your body to purify evil spirits so that this holy breath can grow. In this way, when you purify enough evil spirits, the sacred breath will naturally be upgraded to a certain level. When the time comes, when you touch this magic circle, you will be certified. As long as the certification is successful, you will be able to successfully participate in the heavenly selection ceremony and have a chance to obtain the opportunities inside. This tone sounds extremely simple. But everyone in the Akatsuki organization is a little worried. They say they want to purify evil spirits. However, the surrounding areas are in the wilderness, and there is only a lonely altar, like a magnificent ruins. Standing in this empty land. Evil spirits? Where to find them? The blonde young lady seemed to see everyone's doubts and said 100 miles to the west, there is an abyss called Silent Hill. Silent Hill was once the burial place of evil magicians. Because their souls and magic powers were infected, they were too evil and needed to be buried outside the ancient city to prevent the evil spirits born after death from infecting the world. Therefore, Silent Hill is also a training ground for the Holy Purifier. If you want to get a stronger sacred aura, you can go to Silent Hill, purify a few evil spirits first, and slowly upgrade. You will be qualified to enter the chosen ceremony. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 712. Chapter 712, Can I Eat It? After the blonde young lady finished speaking, of course the others understood what was going on. Simply put, this is what it means to upgrade monsters. You should have told me earlier. Everyone in the Xiao organization is worried about where to find evil spirits to purify themselves in this wilderness. It turns out there is a Silent Hill. For players of the Divine Tree Master, this kind of thing is simply too familiar. Isn't it just to open a copy to spawn monsters? Seeing everyone showing a relaxed expression, the blonde young lady raised her eyebrows slightly and said angrily, "You'd better take it easy. Silent Hill, as the burial place of magicians, has endless evil spirits. Some evil spirits have condensed magic power and resentment at the level of Dharma gods, and they linger all day long, inhabiting the evil-filled Silent Hill. Over time, they will gather a massive amount of evil energy, and have characteristics that even Dharma gods find difficult to deal with. Moreover, due to the death energy surrounding Silent Hill, the field of vision is extremely compressed and can only perceive distances within 100 meters, but the perception of evil spirits will not be suppressed. In other words, it is very possible that you have been noticed by evil spirits, but you don't know where the enemy is yet. Who knows, evil spirits will emerge from the aura of death at some point and give you a fatal blow. Every year, there are arrogant junior purifiers who think they have absorbed a bit of sacred magic power and flow to the sky, thinking that the evil spirits are nothing more than this. As a result, after going to Silent Hill, within a few days, people were already cold and turned into a part of Silent Hill. So, when you go to Silent Hill, you'd better take it easy. If you don't meet the qualifications for the chosen ceremony, you'll be dead first. The words of the blonde young lady were partly sarcastic and partly a reminder. However, there is a key information point in this sentence. Silent Hill seems to be a bit similar to the Grey World. The range of perception is extremely compressed. In other words, when going to Silent Hill, in addition to facing the risk of evil spirits, there is also a rule that the field of vision is compressed. But for everyone in the Akatsuki organization, this is not too easy. This is different from the Grey World. Aren't the rules all a routine? They, the Divine Tree Masters, have been doing this since the beginning. Not to mention the people in the Akatsuki organization, the people in the Dark Knight Alliance and the Star Pavilion have a mature plan. Alright. You don't need to worry so much about our affairs, little brat like you. Tell us where Silent Hill is. The prodigal sword said lazily. Good intentions are regarded as the liver and lungs of a donkey. The blonde young lady saw her kind reminder, but not only did this guy not appreciate it, he actually looked indifferent and said angrily. It's right over there, just follow me. By the time. If anything happens to you and you die in Silent Hill and turn into evil spirits, don't blame me for not warning you. Snort. After saying that, the blonde young Shota turned into a stream of light and flew to the distant mountains at extremely fast speed. He wanted to leave everyone in the Akatsuki organization behind. But it was a pity. The sword formation of the rogue sword ran directly to it. The front of the blonde young lady. Continue to ride on the face and output. Ammo. About an hour later, everyone came to Silent Hill. Looking down, the dark mountains and ridges are filled with countless sinister auras. Vaguely, the shadows of evil spirits are like ghosts, haunting the mountains, sometimes projecting huge black screens, splaying their teeth and claws in the shadows, like demons in the abyss. As soon as they arrived here, everyone suddenly felt the sacred magic in their bodies and seemed to be excited. Like a hunter aware of the presence of prey. The primitive hunting instinct is completely activated, the blood begins to flow faster, the energy is concentrated rapidly, and it enters the mode of concentration. At this time, Xiao Chang'an said directly launch the exploration mode formation, and then enter Silent Hill. The sacred tree masters nodded immediately. The exploration formation is the basic formation they formed when exploring the Grey World. Each person occupies the largest explorable area and is connected through vision resonance. In this way, as long as there are more people and the fields of view are connected, the range of perception will be larger. What moved everyone extremely was that the members of the Akatsuki organization actually walked at the front of the team to help clear the way. Similar to ordinary guilds, they all dispatch cannon fodder level guild members to open the way ahead and draw a big pie or something. It is said that there is a good chance of promotion. Many sacred tree masters foolishly went to do it. As a result, before the copy was over, people were already cold. Even if some sacred tree masters were lucky enough to survive, the rewards they received were just ordinary fruits. With this dangerous job, the effort and reward are completely out of proportion. But the members of the Akatsuki organization were different. They actually took the initiative to come to the front of the team, which really moved everyone. The blonde young lady looked curious and muttered. Exploration mode. What the hell is this? Can it be eaten? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 713. Chapter 713. This child is most likely hopeless, so he should be buried as soon as possible. Liang Zijian couldn't help but shook his head and sighed. He couldn't even see such a simple tactic. I can only say that this kid is probably useless. You. The blonde boy snorted coldly, but he was used to being scolded like this and he didn't bother to say anything more to this guy. Cross your arms and stand aside. Just wait and see what this group of people should do next. Bai Yu stood in front of the team, opened her eyes, and said. Although the death energy here can isolate our perception ability, the effect is not as powerful as in the Grey World. With my Byakugan, I can see about 1,000 meters further. However, I can only pay attention to one direction. You still have to be more careful in other locations. Good. Everyone nodded, maintained the exploration formation, and continued to move forward with a high degree of concentration. At this moment, a wailing sound came from a distance. Xiao Chang'an's face changed and he said, "Be careful, there is something wrong. Evil spirits are out." As soon as he finished speaking, an evil spirit exuding an evil aura and wrapped in netherworld fire, 5 feet high, came trampling over him. The evil spirit's aura was extremely terrifying, and pale flames emitted from its whole body, sweeping towards the crowd. Come. Careful. Immediately raise a line of defense to purify magic power. This evil spirit has reached the level of a magic god. We must pull it first to avoid being hit by it. Immediately launch a defensive encirclement and suppression formation. The next second, all the personnel seemed to have discussed it together. They dispersed in an instant and retreated from the attack range of the evil spirit. Boom! Several huge balls of pale flames fell down, and the earth several deep pits appeared in an instant, which was shocking. But the combat personnel of the Akatsuki organization seemed to have predicted that such a situation would happen. With their flexible movement, they directly avoided the first round of attacks. The evil spirits saw the attack didn't hit anyone. He seemed to be ashamed and angry, and let out a sharp howl. It turned into a black mist again and rushed towards one of the members. The evil spirit also knows how to choose its opponents, specifically looking for a soft persimmon. The magician who was suddenly attacked had only reached the level of half-step Dharma Saint. In today's large army, this level is almost at the bottom. His face suddenly turned pale with fright, and his brain lost his ability to think. Ability, knowing that he must do something, but his hands and feet seemed to be paralyzed, unable to move. At this moment, the members of the Akatsuki organization mobilized the sacred magic power in their bodies. A white wall turned into an indestructible. The defense line was directly blocking the front of the man. The evil spirit hit the shield composed of sacred magic power, and his whole body instantly emitted a dark aura, making a hissing sound, and he couldn't help but let out a burst of wailing, feeling extremely painful. Ouch! The evil spirit roared angrily, and his body was greatly damaged, which completely aroused his ferocity. At this time, the aura on his body suddenly became more powerful, and the rich black air continued to flow from it like a spray of black mist. He emerged from his body and turned into a long ink-colored river, flowing in the void. The long ink-colored river seemed to be trying to cover the sky, covering the sky, like a giant hand, pouring directly towards everyone in the Akatsuki organization, crushing all living beings. The magic power of the White City Wall, with its sacred and purifying transcendent aura, collided with the ink-colored river, making a deafening sound. "Pull him," Xiao Chang'an said. The other members also possess the aura of sacred magic power. Through resonance and infinite deduction fruits, after these rounds of confrontation, they have calculated how much magic power is needed to block the attacks of evil spirits. Xiao organized everyone to take action. It was probably enough. The remaining members dispersed directly around the evil spirits, or released confinement spells to involve them, or they released various offensive magics with sacred magic power to restrain the evil spirits. Boom! Boom! On the field, all kinds of dazzling magics were flying in the sky. A long battle line was opened, and the evil spirits' attacks were blocked by various means, and they were still unable to move. They could only watch the nearby shrimp soldiers and crab generals. Launched a celestial attack at him like a tide, absorbing all the damage without any resistance. The evil spirit became angry, and he let out a deafening roar again, seeming to have entered a violent mode. Entanglement: the sealing chain on his body was pulled open by him forcefully, resisting the control. The evil spirit's body instantly grew several times larger, like a hill, casting magic on the sky and earth, like a giant spirit god descending into the world, which made people unable to help but be afraid. Don't be afraid. Although this guy's body has become extremely large, his basic attributes have only doubled, which is similar to the enhanced mode of ordinary boss. We just need to strengthen the magic power of defense, and then continue to attack evil spirits. Su Qing, wearing a monocular eye, analyzed calmly. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 714. Chapter 714, Chosen. Yes, although this evil spirit is very powerful, our sacred aura has a strong restraint effect on it. Don't panic, everyone, we can provide you with enough control and defense, you just need to output. The breath of holy magic is really very effective against evil spirits. Even just a little bit can have a very good effect. Everyone, let's attack together. This evil spirit can't hold on for long. He has entered violent mode, which shows that our previous attacks are very useful. The Xiao organization led other members and launched an attack together. Enya and Yu Suanji also joined the battle, using their methods to open up the defensive front of the sacred magic aura. Do not give the evil spirits a chance to harm anyone. Xiao Chang'an, Lang Zijian, and others calculated the evil spirit's next move based on the prepared battle strategy and the ability to infinitely deduce the fruit, and controlled it. The evil spirit only felt extremely frustrated, and every move he made was being controlled. Interrupted by the spellcasting of everyone in the Xiao organization. He clearly felt that his own attributes were completely enough to crush this group of ants that did not even have the level of a magic god. But he was restrained everywhere, and all offensive methods were difficult to use. This feeling, for evil for the spirit, it was the most uncomfortable. After attacking for a while, the evil spirit couldn't help but howl. The aura on his body became weaker and weaker. But, the evil spirit suddenly roared. In the valley, black mist suddenly spread from the sacred mountains and entered the body of the evil spirit. After absorbing these breaths, the evil spirit's breath suddenly surged, and the feeling of weakness was swept away, exuding powerful and terrifying energy. Fluctuation. Be careful. This evil spirit also has the means to explode spirits. Different evil spirits can be devoured if they kill other evil spirits. But the evil spirits here are too powerful. Even evil spirits of the same level cannot be swallowed up in a short time. Therefore, some evil spirits will keep part of the breath and use it as a backup energy engine. When they encounter danger, they will use these spare auras to instantly strengthen themselves. It explodes with energy that far exceeds that of the same level. These troublesome guys are not so easy to deal with. The blonde young lady was suddenly startled, and in a hurry, she threw out all the information at once. Liang Zijian and others were almost speechless, and couldn't help but curse, "You little fool, why did you do it in the first place? Why didn't you tell all this information earlier and wait until now? Are you waiting for the new year?" The blonde boy blushed and said, "I've never seen anything like this before. All knowledge comes from books. I can't remember it for a while. Isn't that normal? Everyone is too lazy to pay attention to such an unreliable guy. If you want to solve the dungeon this time, you still have to rely on yourself." At this moment, Denbu suddenly stood up, raised the wand in his hand, facing the evil spirit. Suddenly, the holy magic burst out. It was as powerful as a volcanic eruption. The evil spirit's entire body was bathed in the divine light, constantly purified. Ah! Under such a strong attack, the evil spirit couldn't help but let out an extremely miserable wail. That violent state was instantly interrupted by the vast sea-like sacred light curtain. This scene, everyone in the organization could see. They were all shocked and couldn't help but sigh. Has Senior Denbuletin's magical attainments actually reached such a powerful level? The application of this divine magic is simply miraculous. His sacred magic power is not much higher than ours, it is about the same amount, but he has figured out a special way to use it and explodes with such powerful power. As expected of Dumble, he is indeed much more powerful than we imagined. Everyone in the Xiao organization sighed with emotion. The magicians of the wizard gang couldn't help but sigh after seeing the secret inside. No wonder Denbuletin has such a high level of magical attainments. This spirit of studying magic is not all of them can compare. Even if they are in a higher realm and face greater challenges, they can still completely solve the problem through the knowledge of magic. Deacon Zhao, this is an example worth learning for any magician here. The eyes of the blonde young lady were also filled with shock. He never expected that someone would be able to use this kind of magic to such a level after just acquiring the aura of divine magic. That was an S-class evil spirit that gave many senior sacred purifiers a headache when they saw it. Even with magic power at the level of a magic god, it is extremely dangerous to deal with evil spirits of this level. The blonde young lady was shocked in her heart. He could not imagine what kind of qualified magician Den Buletin was. He was just an outsider and could achieve so many incredible things in such a short period of contact. No wonder, he became the chosen one. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 715. Chapter 715 Depressed. Boom. Boom. Endless terrifying energy roared here, turning into a world-destroying fireball, smashing countless deep pits into the nearby mountains. All magicians have the power of the Dharma Saint level, and the effects they can bring with a single strike are unimaginable. The evil god's body continuously transforms into black magic armor, turning into a solid barrier, trying to resist these attacks. Although the sacred tree masters here have gone through previous experiences, they are still quite far away from the magic god. But the restraining effect of the sacred magical energy on evil spirits is far beyond everyone's imagination. A random attack landed on the evil spirit, and a large black mist evaporated instantly. The evil spirit let out a terrible wailing sound. After being hit by this attack, its momentum suddenly weakened a lot. The attack that had been preparing for a long time was easily interrupted. This scene, all the sacred tree masters present felt extremely excited when they saw it. Ha ha ha, is the sacred magic aura so powerful? It just has a little more magic space. It doesn't even reach 1,000th or 1/10,000th of the overall magic power, but it has such a significant effect against evil spirits. If it were our original magic power, dealing with evil spirits would be like shaking a tree with a worm, and we would not be able to cause any harm to this big guy. But with the blessing of the sacred magic aura, just a random attack can have such power, which is simply shocking. If we had this kind of sacred magic aura from the beginning, then in the grey world, these undead and ghost monsters would not pose any threat to us at all. Just absorbing a small amount can produce a qualitative change. So if we kill this evil spirit, strengthen our own sacred aura, and accumulate it to a certain level, wouldn't we be able to break through the realm of the Dharma God? Yes, Senior Den Buletin also said so. Everyone, work hard to kill evil spirits and increase your strength rapidly. The members here are all excited. When they first entered the grey world, all of them were troubled by the undead and ghost monsters. These monsters are immune to physical damage and use normal attacks, etc. The power of the sacred tree cannot even cause any harm to these monsters. At that time, many sacred tree masters encountered these monsters and died collectively, and the entire grey world was filled with fear. Looking back now, everyone is in their respective fields, possessing with extraordinary means. They naturally do not pose any threat. But at this moment, they have obtained the breath of sacred magic power. Seeing that this magic power has such a terrifying restraint effect on evil spirits at the level of magic gods, it is almost like they hate each other. If they had been able to get this aura when they first entered the world of the divine tree, wouldn't all the dungeons be walking sideways? Phi. Of course, the current state is naturally different from the past, but every time they think back to the past experience, and then look at the strength they have now, most of the sacred tree masters have come all the way from a weak state, and I can't help but feel a lot of emotions. Boom. 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 Several thunderous sounds echoed in the valley again. Finally, after all kinds of attacks, the aura of the evil spirit has gradually become extremely weak. The last violent method was beaten by Den Buletin after the break. The last resistance was lost. No matter how hard they struggled, facing everyone in the Akatsuki organization who possessed the aura of divine magic power and also had super high tactics, the resistance of the evil spirits was just a matter of waiting for death. That's it. Finally, the aura of the evil spirit became weaker and weaker, and the shadow on his body gradually became transparent, letting out a final wail, and then, like a water curtain, the light and shadow disappeared in front of everyone. The blonde young Shota stared at the scene. After seeing the scene above, he stood still for a long time, feeling a sense of respect in his heart, and said in disbelief, these guys, actually, completely eliminated an S-class evil spirit so easily. From the first time they entered Silent Hill to the time they solved the evil spirit, all the battles were so pure. It was like a holy purifier who had been fighting for many years. Every step was almost the right thing to do. And, they were entering silence for the first time. When climbing the ridge, precisely because of this strange formation, we quickly discovered the evil spirit and were able to pull it away. From the beginning to the end, the evil spirit was like a large toy, with no power but no way to use it. And out, he was directly pulled for a burst of output, and was beaten wildly, without any ability to fight back. Throughout the whole process, the super high discipline shown by everyone in the Akatsuki organization was like having experienced hundreds of battles, having rich experience, and being able to see through every move of the enemy. Have they been here before? Otherwise, why would they be so skilled in every strategy and action? The blonde young lady was a little depressed. Even as tough as he was, it was hard not to admit that the scene shown by everyone in the Akatsuki organization far exceeded his initial expectations. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 716. Chapter 716 2 Brushes. Although these guys have quite weird origins and don't look serious at all, they have no respect for me as a knowledge holder. But I didn't expect that they really had 2 brushes. This strange formation arrangement was really effective in dealing with evil monsters. It's really surprising. The blonde young lady sighed and sighed. As the figure of the evil spirit gradually disappeared into the center of everyone's field of vision like a wave of light. Soon, Xiao Chang'an and other members of the Xiao organization immediately sensed the breath of sacred magic power that entered the body suddenly began to grow. The magic space, the vast ocean of magic power, that breath of sacred magic power was located in the very center of the ocean. It exuded a charming and bright holy light, as if it had driven away all the filth in the world. At this moment, the holy light suddenly began to surge, and in an instant it turned into a majestic rain curtain, and the sea water rose crazily. A burst of strange light turned into holy light and surrounded everyone. The light was strong, and a powerful aura bloomed. Everyone in the Xiao organization immediately sensed that their sacred magic aura had increased greatly, with expressions of surprise on their faces. Xiao Chang'an sensed the increase in magic power, and suddenly, a magical wind roared out from around him, and the realm also crossed to the next realm, the realm of the Dharma God. At this moment, all the members of the Xiao organization stood in awe, witnessing the miraculous scene. Xiao Chang'an even had a satisfied smile on his face and said, "Ha ha ha, I didn't expect that after absorbing the evil spirit's sacred magical energy, my realm would go smoothly and I would break through the Dharma God realm. I'm really gratified." Bai Yu closed her eyes and began to guide the evil spirit's breath, turning it into a sacred magic breath. Not long after, the same breakthrough light as Xiao Chang'an appeared on her body. Her beautiful eyes showed a slightly surprised look, and she said in surprise, "This sacred magic aura has endless magical effects. It actually improved the level of magic in me so quickly. I couldn't be happier." As soon as he finished speaking, Anil, Su Qing, and other members of the Akatsuki organization also had breakthrough lights one after another. Not to mention the members of the Akatsuki organization, even the people in the Dark Knight Alliance and Xing Chen Pavilion also had increased magic power and the breath of breakthrough. Of course, after their magic power broke through, they did not reach the realm of Dharma God, and they still stayed at Dharma Saint. But the growth of the divine magic power breath was very significant. Although they did not reach the realm of Dharma God, next during the exploration, the role they could play in dealing with evil spirits was even more powerful. Everyone was extremely surprised by the effect of killing evil spirits. Anil said, yes, this sacred magic breath is very important for breaking through the power of the Dharma God realm is indeed of great help. The prodigal sword chuckled and said, I didn't expect that the breakthrough in magic would be so easy. I love it, Su. Ching clicked her tongue and said, don't you just love swordsmanship? Why are you starting to play magic again? Do you want kendo anymore? Liang Zijian shook his head and said the way of swordsmanship is the ultimate avenue, and it will lead to 10,000 ways. Magic and swordsmanship are not completely different from each other. When the two reach the ultimate state, they will naturally merge. I've never heard of it, isn't a magician who can't fight in close combat a good magician? Everyone was speechless for a while, as if what you said really makes sense. At this time, Xiao Chang'an's eyes fell on Deng Buletin, and he felt slightly surprised. Although he had broken through to the realm of the Dharma God, he still seemed unable to sense it. To Deng Buletin's realm, what level has it reached now? It seems that the opponent's realm is unfathomable, shrouded in a layer of fog, elusive, and difficult to perceive. Even the god of Dharma cannot sense Deng Buletin's realm. It has reached what level? You must know that Xiao Chang'an has absorbed the divine magic aura and reached the Dharma God realm. Compared with ordinary Dharma gods, his status is actually higher, and he is even more powerful than ordinary Dharma gods. But even so, it is still impossible to perceive Denbu's magic level. It means that the opportunity that Denbu got in the library is probably unimaginable by everyone. He suddenly recalled that when Denbu appeared in the attic, he was teleported directly. But you must know that the restriction of the attic cannot be broken through with the resentment of tens of thousands of Dharma gods. However, Denbu teleported directly. This scene, now that I think about it, is actually a bit unreasonable. He vaguely felt that Denbu was the current status has become difficult to figure out, and it is very different from ordinary members of the Akatsuki organization. Other members of the Akatsuki organization actually had the same feeling when they were promoted to the realm of the Dharma God. They all know that Deng Buletin the current realm is very high, but what I didn't expect is that after breaking through to the Dharma God realm, everyone can't even perceive what level Deng Buletin is in now. So, what is Deng Buletin's situation now? At this moment, Deng Buletin sensed everyone's doubts and slowly explained the factory. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 717. Chapter 717, Where else can it collapse? I believe that you have risen to the level of the Dharma God, and you have already sensed the difference in the magic power in your lower body. Deng Buletin sighed slowly, and then said. As soon as he said this, the attention of everyone in the Xiao organization was instantly attracted. Not only that, members of the Dark Knight Alliance, Star Pavilion, and the Wizard Gang also paid attention to Deng Buletin cast a curious look. They knew that Deng Buletin got a very amazing opportunity in the attic of the Magic Library. But no one knew what this opportunity was like, and how 047 could be used in it. What kind of power will be displayed in future explorations? These doubts linger in everyone's minds and turn into countless question marks, making them feel itchy in their hearts, and they can't wait to know the answer. But, this answer must involve Deng Buletin's secret. It even has a lot to do with the background of the entire dungeon. Everyone in the Xiao organization can see at a glance. This dungeon is definitely not that simple. Not to mention the mysterious meeting chief, a copy personally handpicked. Various details showed that this copy was probably inseparable from the legends and mythical ruins of the Grey World. They recalled that in the Grey World before, there were actually legends of gods. Yes. Those gods who claim to be messengers from heaven, do they have anything to do with the mythical relics? There are relics of the god of magic everywhere in this magic holy land. How do they relate to those messengers of gods from heaven? The Akatsuki organization. Everyone here has seen a lot and can naturally guess that there are many hidden secrets. But they actually understand Dumble's current situation. This is the first time for everyone to come to this magic library. No one knows what is in this place. When Denbu got this opportunity, he may not have actively wanted it. He was probably involved in some incident. Therefore, if the other party is unwilling to reveal everything, then everyone in the Xiao organization may not ask. At this moment, Denbu Ledin slowly began to explain. Actually, the content inside is not as complicated as you think. When I went to the magic library, I heard a voice that sounded like an apocalypse, guiding me to a certain place. So, I bypassed the long stairs of the corridor and followed the guidance of the voice. Suddenly came to a secret stone room. I sensed that the stone room had an extremely transcendent magical power, as if it contained all the knowledge in the world. However, when I came to the door of the room, I did not step directly in. Because the greater the profit, the greater the risk. If it really contains endless magical knowledge and the highest palace of the magical world, then the price required to bear this fate is absolutely unimaginable. But at this moment, the door suddenly opened and turned into a whirlpool, swallowing me up. Almost full knowledge of magic, a whole new palace seems to have opened the door to me. At this moment, all the magic knowledge seems to be integrated into one and broken into pieces. There is no more magic knowledge in my mind, I only see the secret that leads to the highest. Infinite mysteries. When I woke up again, I found that the magic personality in me had become what it is now. It seems that he has become a magic god, and he seems to be just an ordinary magic apprentice. As for what kind of magical realm I belong to now, actually, I don't know very well in my heart. But the total amount of magic in my body has not changed, so I can still use magic. As for how powerful magic can be cast, I actually don't know very well. Denbu's words were full of humility. Through this explanation, everyone suddenly realized that Denbu had obtained an amazing opportunity in the magic library. However, according to Denbu's meaning, he didn't seem to know either. What level of strength has his own reached? However, judging from the previous scene where Denbu used the sacred magic aura to directly deal a huge blow to the evil spirits, his magic level has only increased compared to the original one. Even more than several times stronger. So 2.0. Everyone in the Akatsuki organization did not despise Dumble because of this. Instead, they felt that the other party's strength had become more unfathomable. However, since they accepted the opportunity of this magic library, so, what is this opportunity? Everyone's eyes couldn't help but fall on the blonde young lady. Facing everyone's eyes, the yellow-haired boy's heart skipped a beat, and he seemed to understand what he had to say to explain. Otherwise, I am afraid that I will be despised by this group of people again. In fact, it is useless to say anything. After all, the character has been set. If it collapses at the beginning, how can it collapse? Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 718. Chapter 718, No Acquaintance Without Fighting. Senior Denbu Ledin's ability to obtain such an opportunity is naturally inextricably linked to your own superhuman abilities. Yes, these words of Senior are completely modest. Since you can be selected by the magic library, it means that your strength is absolutely extraordinary, and your talent is not comparable to that of ordinary magicians. Ha ha ha, Senior Denbu Ledin has now reached this level, which is a good thing for our team. Unexpectedly, not long after we came in, our team not only had so many Dharma God level combat capabilities, but also obtained resources that even Dharma gods coveted. This shows that Senior Denbu Ledin's potential in the future is definitely not just as simple as a Dharma god, he is very likely to become a Dharma god of 25 or above. The layout is smaller. Not only above the Dharma god, that is the rhythm of becoming the God King. When we arrive at the legendary God's realm in the future, we may all become extremely powerful, standing at the pinnacle of the God's realm and overlooking all living beings. Everyone started to brag one by one. Denbuletin himself couldn't stand listening anymore. He shook his head helplessly and said, okay, I've blown it too much. I don't believe that such a thing can happen. As for the peak of the divine realm and so on, I am just an ordinary magician now. If there is a magic god, there is number 100% chance of winning. As for the divine realm, this kind of thing is too far away. Just fantasize about it in your dreams. The atmosphere on the field returned to joy. At this moment, Xiao Chang'an said, everyone, since our strength has increased, it is better to slow down first, put aside the matter of dungeon strategy, and focus on strength first. Consolidate your realm and then move on. Good. Others also nodded in response, agreeing with this opinion. After all, the dungeon ahead is full of endless dangers. This S-level evil spirit alone is not particularly easy to deal with. You know, all the talents we have just arrived at the outskirts of Silent Hill. There is still a long way to explore from the inner areas. And Silent Hill is so huge. If you want to raise the sacred magic breath in your body to the level of the Chosen One, such evil spirits, tens of thousands of them need to be killed to ensure that all members are qualified. It is very difficult to increase the sacred magic aura. If you do not reach a certain level, you will not be selected. This means that there will be a long test ahead. Therefore, in the face of such a severe test, relying on the current strength of the Akatsuki organization, although it has been able to stand alone, it still needs to face considerable risks. By stabilizing the realm of strength, it can hold a bigger and more conservative trump card for itself. At this moment, the members of the Akatsuki organization stopped one after another to absorb the magic power contained in the evil spirits. After being successfully purified, the traces of evil spirit breath turned into pure and incomparable sacred magic breath. Any magician, as long as he absorbs with just a little bit of the divine magic breath, the magic power in the body can be transformed. At this moment, everyone has absorbed the divine magic breath. An extremely surprising scene, everyone presented happened. A sea of magical light curtains burst out from everyone's bodies one after another. Bathed in the light curtain, the members of the Akatsuki organization only felt that their own magical space seemed to have been baptized. The fine dust faded away, becoming brand new. It's like being reborn. Xiao Chang'an smiled and said, ha ha ha, now our members have also reached the Dharma God level, and they are completely stable. They are not ordinary Dharma gods. Bai Yu said in surprise, I can deeply feel that my strength is stronger now than before. Liang Zijian said with excitement on his face, if I were to go back to the original place in the Grey World to pull monsters, then I can guarantee that these monsters will never come back. I have already made reservations for the top 10 in the Sacred Tree rankings. Su Qing rolled her eyes at the prodigal sword and said, you guys, you have been thinking about the rankings all your life. You know, we have more than a dozen guild members here. When will it be your turn? Liang Zijian rubbed his nose and thought about it. It seems to be the truth. Everyone acts together, even if they pull monsters, they will be scored. Tisk tisk, what are you afraid of? The worst we can do is tie the rankings together. The prodigal sword was also used to Su Qing criticizing him so often, so he shrugged with a nonchalant look on his face. After all, his character is that of a loudmouth, while Su Qing is the calm analysis room in the team. There are contradictions and conflicts in the personalities of these two people. Once the prodigal sword opened his mouth, Su Qing couldn't stand the loophole-filled logic, so she naturally started to get angry out of habit. But, he was cursing, but he also showed some emotion. There is a saying that goes well, no fight, no acquaintance. Sometimes, even if you don't scold, you won't be familiar with it. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 719. Chapter 719, Exploration. After everyone in the Akatsuki organization absorbed magic power, their overall strength increased dramatically. Everyone's faces were filled with excitement. After improving their strength, they have more confidence in exploring subsequent copies. At least, the evil spirit mentioned by the blonde young lady is no longer so scary in the eyes of everyone. Fear always comes from the unknown. Especially, when no one knows what the danger is, this feeling of fear is the strongest. But the situation now is completely different. Led by everyone in the Akatsuki organization, this elite team has eliminated an S-class evil spirit. According to the information given by the blonde young lady, S-class evil spirits are also very powerful existences in Silent Hill. Everyone in the Akatsuki organization has successfully defeated evil spirits of this level, and they have already won a very valuable victory at the beginning. In the subsequent exploration mission, everyone absorbed the sacred magic aura gifted by the evil spirit. Their own strength became stronger than before, and it was easier to deal with evil spirits of the same level. The increase in self-confidence was naturally extremely rich. Now, we only need to wait for an opportunity. When a certain number of evil spirits are swept away again, everyone's strength can continue to rise to a higher level. By that time, with the strength of the entire team, they may be able to sweep Silent Hill. That's right, we're almost ready now. It's time to head into the depths of Silent Hill and explore. Long Zhejian's face showed an excited look. Although the realm of magic does not represent the way of swordsmanship, the enhancement of strength is what almost all divine tree masters are pursuing. Now, after killing an S-level evil spirit, for his own realm to have such a significant improvement. Of course, the prodigal sword was very excited. Then, as the captain, Xiao Chang'an focused on each member, showing a look of satisfaction. At this moment, all the members of the Xiao organization looked at each other with satisfaction. The level of strength has already reached the realm of the Dharma God. There is also another one whose strength is unknown, even much stronger than the ordinary Dharma God, and the upper limit is difficult to figure out. Before the magicians who have reached the realm of the Dharma Saint, now they all have the peak strength of the Dharma Saint. With the addition of the divine magic aura, they have become stronger than before, and their strength has naturally increased a lot. You can use it to your advantage. The effect is simply no less than that of this ruins. The once all-powerful group of sacred purifiers with extremely high strength. The remaining group of sacred tree masters who are relatively weak and have not yet entered the realm of Dharma Saints are all now breaking through this watershed and successfully advancing to the realm of Dharma Saint. After they return to the Grey World, with this powerful Dharma Saint level cultivation, they can also have a place in the world of the sacred tree. At least, compared to the previous state, of course, they must become more powerful. Some divine tree masters ranked beyond the thousands or 10,000 now also have the opportunity to hit a higher ranking, reaching the strength level of the top 1000, or even the top 500. For everyone said, this improvement is quite a surprise. After all, before they entered this dungeon, even if they were the elites in the guild, in the vast world of sacred trees, if they want to hit the rankings, there is still an impossible tower in front of them. A big mountain to cross. This big mountain is almost nailed here due to the level of the divine tree and their current position in the world of the divine tree. There is not much room for improvement. In fact, this group of divine tree masters, I felt resigned to my fate. At the beginning, they had superior resources than other sacred tree masters. They could join a top guild and receive better resource support. Naturally, they felt arrogant in their hearts, thinking that they were so uniquely blessed. The unique protagonist, all feel that they can carve out their own sky in the gray world and the world of the sacred tree. But as they grow older and gain more experience, they find that there are people outside the world and there is a sky outside the world. This world has never lacked strong people. Not to mention genius. Although his own efforts can make him stronger than ordinary people, compared with these top experts, he seems to be far, far behind. Even no matter how he catches up, it seems that he cannot see their strength. Where is the back? But this opportunity, Nords, has given these sacred tree masters the magic power of the Dharma Saint level. They can break their own upper limit, break through to a higher level, and thus hit the rankings. This discovery made the sacred tree masters present here feel excited and excited. At the same time, they secretly thanked their president for making such a correct and decisive decision. Nor did they expect, that in their lifetime, to be able to cooperate with a legendary guild like Akatsuki. Even if they get a small share of the dungeon output of the big guys, it is a huge opportunity for them. Afterwards, everyone was full of confidence and headed deeper into Silent Hill to explore. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 720. Chapter 720, Surprised Expression. Expand the exploration formation again. According to Huang Mao, in addition to evil spirits in the depths of Silent Hill, there are also many magic crystals, magic materials, and other items that can be collected. In legends, there are also powerful magicians who, in order to discover the powerful divine purifiers. Especially in the depths of Silent Hill, there are opportunities at the level of Dharma gods. The opportunity for a magician of this level to stay would be of great benefit even to a magician with fairly average strength. Therefore, in our next actions, in addition to being more careful about powerful evil spirits, we should also look for similar opportunities. Xiao Chang'an used his resonance and said to all the members, "Good." The other members present here have excited expressions on their faces, and they are all full of longing for the next action. Unexpectedly, in addition to killing evil spirits, 933 can also increase the sacred magic aura. There is also a Dharma god left here. Opportunity to come down. After all, the gift of the sacred magic aura from killing the evil spirit has the greatest effect for the first time. But the further you go, and you receive the same gift, the speed of evolution will of course slow down. However, according to the blonde young Shota, in addition to killing evil spirits, there are other abundant opportunities. Suddenly, the extremely dangerous Silent Hill in front of everyone in the Akatsuki organization seemed to turn into a huge treasure house. The formation of exploration is launched again. With enough strength as support, everyone's movement speed has become faster than before. Of course. Although the movement has become faster, because everyone's magic realm has been improved, the body's the sacred purifying magic aura has also been enhanced. The senses blocked by the death aura have also become less strong. Everyone discovered that, as long as the sacred magic aura in the body is mobilized, one can completely explore the death aura. A longer distance. When I first came in, the perception range was only about 100 meters. But now, with the improvement of realm and the strengthening of the sacred magic aura, the perception range of magicians at the level of Dharma Saint has reached 250 meters. Walking in the outermost members of the Akatsuki organization, as well as powerful magicians such as Denvyu, can also have a perception range of 500 meters to 1000 meters. The perception range has been greatly improved. At this moment, everyone has more confidence to explore. The increased perception range means that if they encounter a sudden danger in the next action, they can detect the source of the danger more quickly and make a response strategy. This greatly improves the survival rate and the ability to deal with risks. In dangerous areas of the gray world such as Silent Hill, abilities such as this are extremely important. Because as long as you have the ability to deal with risks, you can pursue greater rewards. Read the cool novels and go up to Flylu Novel Network. The snowball will roll faster than other sacred tree masters. Everyone explored for some distance. En route, I encountered several small evil spirits around C and B levels. This evil spirit, whether in terms of strength, size, or evil spirit's aura, is much weaker than the S-level evil spirit we encountered at the beginning. Compared with the enhanced army, standing in front is like using a mantis as a chariot. The members of the Akatsuki organization didn't even need to take action. Ordinary members of several other guilds could be killed easily by using sacred magic at will. The magic power obtained also belongs to the Slayer. After all, for evil spirits that have not reached A, the magic gained from killing them will not be of much help, but will lead to premature saturation. It affects the potential and upper limit. Everyone in the Akatsuki organization pursues a higher realm, and basically have no interest in evil spirits below B level. But ordinary members of other guilds don't think so. For them, being able to get even a hint of divine magic power is tantamount to a huge gift. Seeing how generous the big guys of the Akatsuki organization were, they immediately expressed their gratitude, and their favorability towards the organization increased a lot. One after another, after killing an evil spirit, everyone came to Silent Hill, 100 miles deep. The period of death here has become more intense than before. The sensory range has returned from 500 meters to its original distance of 100 meters. A sinister aura turned into a cold wind and came over the face, as if a cold knife had been cut on the face. The cut wound deeply felt the biting chill. Everyone in the Akatsuki organization suddenly stopped and looked ahead warily. Every member can sense the aura of this place with their own magic power, which is quite sinister. It is estimated that we have entered the core hinterland of Silent Hill. When we get here, both the difficulty and the risk factor will increase significantly. You have to be more careful. Suddenly, Bayu's eyes wrinkled slightly and said, I sensed the auras of several A-level evil spirits in front of me, and there was also an S-level evil spirit mixed in. As soon as he said this, everyone showed surprise. Look!